Big thanks to Bandai Namco Toys and Collectibles America. You can check out Bandai Collect and links to pick this one up in the description.
Dragon Ball, horror, kaiju, and more. Steven's Toy Reviews.
Hey there, Collector Steven here, and welcome to another Dragon Ball review, where today we're going to be taking a look at what's probably one of my most favorite characters in the series, and one of my most favorite forms for him, Ultimate Gohan from the movie Superhero. Dragon Ball Superhero. Just call it Superhero. Everyone knows what you're talking about. So this is going to be a not renewal of the Ultimate Gohan, because so far we've had Ultimate Gohan, but in his Goku outfit. Now this is going to be his Piccolo outfit. But this time we're going to be introducing some new engineering, and it's got everybody excited. But with that being said, this is going to be a $35 release, and this one's got some folks talking. Why? We're going to have to take a look to see whether or not it's going to be worth adding into your collection first, because there's a lot to talk about. Yeah, so let's get to it. Looks-wise, Gohan's quite the bulky boy. Yeah, it's definitely going to be bulking season for him. But nevertheless, I do think that everything is blended really, really well for this particular figure. There's not going to be anything that's really standing out in terms of a quality control issue. There are going to be some flash marks here or there. None of the things that are going to be noted that regard are going to be issues, so to speak. I mean, that's going to be a part of the molding process. You have to pull the pieces out of the mold, so you're going to have that. Overall, no real quality control issues to speak of for this particular unit. Maybe you may have one that you may see on the shelf, because guess what? At the $35 price point, there's a good chance you may see this on physical store shelves like Target, like we already have seen for Piccolo, Goku, and Vegeta from the Superhero movie. So just something to keep in mind. Yeah, there's not really much else to say here for Gohan's looks, so let's go ahead and talk about the rather interesting articulation. Okay, well, this is the show and tell section of the review, boys and girls and children of all ages. And also the second time I've recorded this, make sure that the camera light is flashing red. Anyway, so for the articulation for Gohan, we have some new bells and whistles here, and some of it does need to be explained, just so this way you're able to see exactly what you're working with, and, maybe I'll go through it a bit faster. So, Gohan's head. This is important because we have to look at the joints and how you swap parts out, even stuff that doesn't come with this figure. We're going to have a double axis or barbell style ball joint that is going to plug into the head and then plug into the neck. So just by taking a look at that, just by that point of articulation, Gohan's head moves up about that far, down about that far, twists and turns, all that good stuff. But where we're really going to have the movement is going to be in the neck itself. So Gohan can look down that far, look up that far, and it's rather difficult to see in here, but the way that the system works this time is there's a hinge. You can sort of see that disc that's going to be right there at the top of my pinky on frame there. That disc, which is the hinge there, and then it plugs in on a ball joint, so we can also rock from side to side of it, which is good. Now, the shoulder system. This is pretty cool. Instead of the butterfly hinges of some previous figures or ball joints where they are plugged in, where they're going to be attached to the chest portion, here, anchored to the back of the figure, it looks like, and connected more so into the chest cavity, there is going to be a ball joint that is seated in the body. That is going to allow the entirety of the shoulder system to move around. It's going to allow you to rock it forward, back, in more, out more, whatever the case may be. Then that ball joint moves up into a socket, which allows the shoulder hinge, as you can see here, to move around on a ball joint as well. Then the actual shoulder system in and of itself is on a hinge, and then the arm plugs in on a swivel, leading out to the double hinge and then the wrist. So this is how it actually works and moves in real time and is fluid. Now you're probably wondering about this purple part here. That is going to be the sleeve, which covers everything, and it is going to be made of a softer plastic. So we can just easily reassemble this. Again, I'm not professional here, so I used proper heat techniques. So if you're looking to do this, I first and foremost would advise you to not do this unless you, for some reason, need to do this, which I don't think you need to. This is the hardest part. I may need to not walk and chew gum at the same time, so to speak, because of just lining things up. There we go. Okay, so just slightly off screen, And there we go. We're back to better. And everything moves just fine. So this articulation scheme is fine. It works. I do feel that the range is just a bit more limited just because Gohan can't really as well cross his hands over to do a neutral Kamehameha pose, kind of like just right here off to my side, the superhero Goku can do. But it does work well insofar as he does strike more so natural poses in terms of aesthetics for moving his arms around, which he really doesn't have any issues with. The only issue is going to be this sleeve better covers the joint for the shoulder, and you may have a little bit of difficulty eyeballing it to see where it's going to be moving. So just something to keep in mind. Ab crunch. We all know and love it. Ball joint twists and turns from side to side. Waist joint, as you can see there, clearly a ball joint. It moves around, all good, all fine and dandy. The hips, basically going to be the same hip joint that we've been seeing for quite some time now. This particular configuration, actually we've seen since about 2009 or so with Kamen Rider Kuga Titan form. So it's just going to be a ball joint where it plugs in, and then it's going to have a hinge out to the side. You can literally see it is a ball joint, so that just snaps in, no issues. The booty prevents back movement, but he can kick out to the side. Dedicated thigh swivel, double hinge knees. We actually, as I discovered in the first time recording this, have an ankle swivel, which is cool. Hinge, forward and back, ankle rocker movement, and toe hinge. These ankles are so awesome compared to what we have for Piccolo. This is what he should have had. So overall for articulation, we do have some new bells and whistles. I do think that Gohan overall is rather nice. It is cool to see an improvement, which even the Naruto Figuarts that were just revealed at Tamashii Nation 2022, they look to have this system as well. It's good to see improvement, but I think we can move it along even more, just a little bit. Is that correct, English? I don't know. That's not what my master's is in. All right, the section I didn't want to get to, but we do have to talk about it. Accessories. Rather short, sweet, and to the point. Gohan is going to come with 3 total faceplates, 3 sets of hands. Put an asterisk there, put a pin in it, we'll come back. To swap out Gohan's faceplates, it's kind of a difficult process. It's more than just pulling off the hair and putting in the new faceplate, so here's going to be the method and how you do that. Pull off the hair, pull down the faceplate, put the new plate in, put the hair back in, there you go. We're going to have Gohan with his normal neutral faceplate, then one where he's gritting his teeth and one where he's yelling. For the alternate hand parts, we are going to have his karate hands, one where he's using the Kamehameha, and then another set where he's more so splayed out. Rather easy going here, not a whole lot to write home about for accessories. So here's going to be the 360 spin view of Gohan using some effect parts that are on the market there. So with that being said, does Gohan come with enough? Short answer, yes. It's a $35 release. Look at the Saiyan Raised on Earth Goku. Look at the superhero Goku. Look at the superhero Vegeta. Look at the superhero Piccolo. He comes with enough. There are other figures which will be coming with more accessories for Gohan. Let's go ahead and talk about that at the end. But in the meantime, if you need support stands or effect parts, you know I have videos to help you out. And here's going to be a size comparison with all of the Saiyans from the superhero movie. Well, the Saiyans that we know and love, Goku, Gohan, and Vegeta all together. So this way you can get an idea of how your display is going to look. So buy now, skip, or wait for that good old-fashioned deal. Here's going to be the deal here, folks. Gohan is $35 with some new engineering there, which is going to be some good stuff with a bow on it. So thumbs up on that. You did a good job there. And for the accessories, I mean, honestly, what else could we ask for? Here's the part where a lot of folks are upset, and I sort of get it, but I don't. So Gohan's going to be $35, and he comes with basically what you would need for essentially a starter figure to get you introduced into the SH Figuarts lineup with the newest hit movie for over the summer. Yes, it's in the winter, but context of when the figure first hit the market. So with that being said, there are other figures from the superhero movie that are being released or that are now taking orders, specifically Gamma 1, 2, and Pan, that are going to come with different accessories for this Gohan. So when you tease it out and you take $5 from Gamma 1, $5 from Gamma 2, and let's say $5 from Pan, and you reduce their price for each of those accessories and you add them into Gohan, well, that would just increase Gohan's price and that would add in those accessories there. So here's the situation that we have. We have a higher cost for Gohan, which would edge some people out from not getting the figure and not getting introduced to the SH Figuarts line, or we have a more affordable figure where we have diehard collectors who would pick up one or two of them to begin with if they had those other accessory options with the figures that they would already buy because they're already going to pick them up because they're going to pick up the entirety of the line, and they're also able to get new collectors into the line, so this way more people will buy stuff and more people will be happy. Which one would you want? I'm going to get 2 or 3 of these guys. That's what I think. So there's your answer. I think Gohan's a great piece. And if you're interested in picking up Pan, which is currently available at Premium Bandai, a link will be in the description for you.
Well, collectors, that brings us to the end of the video today, and I just wanted to take a second to thank you so much for watching. Now you've heard a lot from me, I'd like to hear a little bit from you. Drop in the comments down below whether or not you liked it, you hated it, or maybe you were somewhere in between. I also want to take an extra second here for a nice, humongous thank you to all the patrons for SDR over the last month who have really helped the channel grow into what it can be today. So to all of you, 2 big thumbs up. Thank you very much. And now the end card should be popping up, which will give you a few clickable links, like maybe to subscribe or head on over to my Patreon, or some short URLs like to my social media or to my Teespring store. There's also a video I hand selected for you, so if you want to watch another STR video, I hand selected some good content for you to watch, so definitely check out that video. Thank you again so much for watching, and I'll catch ya in the next video.